those the evolved forms, or the one is just smaller than the other for some reason? Wait, what? Oh, it's one of those things. There's a light up there. For some reason. What is even over there? I've lost my sense of direction, which I didn't really have much of to begin with. I guess we could go this route. Because it looks like, you know, it's kind of a bunch of mountains. And I just now remembered, talking about mountains, that was what I was going to say ages ago in this recording. Say recording now because we're up to 15 minutes, so you know, it's going to be a split at some point in the video for the parts. Well, we was having a conversation, right? And this guy visited the location of a bomber plane from World War II here in Wales. And, you know, not, well, I guess it is a mountainous area, but it's more like loads of hills and stuff like that in the middle of goddamn nowhere. In the middle of Wales. Well, not really, well, kind of in the middle-ish part of Wales. Was a Canadian bomber that accidentally crashed into the hills and mountains. And, you know, it's got a little memorial out there, but it's really out in the middle of nowhere where there's like no towns, villages for miles. And you have to get there on foot, which is like wild. I would not be able to do that. That would be way too much travel, too much hiking. So there's basically think of that one rocky area in Legends Arceus. It's like which one? There are quite a few. To Alfornada Beetle. I see you back there. Where's Alfornada? What are you doing up here, Charles? Or MC Sledge, whichever name you're going by these days. Let's have a battle. It'll help me feel less low loss. Ow! The evolved form of the goats. Yay. Where are we? Are we off the cliff? No. I lost. This does nothing to help my anxiety. Doesn't help my insomnia either, come to think about it. Supposedly I can reach Alfornada if I just follow the road, but is this even a road? Anyway, that's about it too. And I guess it's something, I mean, it did say detour. So I guess this is an alternative route to get into the city. We didn't take the usual route. We took the scenic routes. We have no railings or safety if we fall to our deaths out here. Except for the fact that we have a phone that can miraculously stop us from hitting the ground. What a great view. I want to get a selfie of me beating you with this gorgeous view as a backdrop. It's a beautiful sunset, but the sun would have already set by the time I kick your ass. You will be a loser. Ready? Guess start psychic time. Man, look at that sky. It's a violet sky, you could say. What do we got? A heretic. Are you a heretic, heretic? I don't even know what type that is. That's not a Talonflame, just like hell. Is the moon out yet? I mean, the moon is always out there. Was right, Heretic is the ice bear. A very sturdy, tough ice bear. That's one thing that's wild when you think about it, is the planet is always in motion, but you don't actually feel it. Selfie of my defeat, huh? Well, you know, seeing as you said that, so I've got to do that now, haven't I? Where's the moon? That must be a big star up there, that one star right there. That one that's shining. Oh, there's one over there too. They must be closer and much bigger stars. I wanted a server so I could use it for my icon on my profile. For some reason I thought you were gonna say something about NFTs. Like, I'm gonna sell my selfie as an NFT. It's like, why? So I beat this dude. Kicked his ass. It was, you know, real easy. Haha! How do we get a better shot at this? I want to get the sea in the background. See? Get a real good shot. And the moon seems to be on the opposite side of the sky. Here's... We'll have to rearrange this. God damn it. Gotta be in the right spot, man. It's up looking at me. You're ruining the picture. And you just can't really get it to line up properly, really, can you? Oh well, it doesn't matter, for I win either way. Can you imagine that? It's like every trainer you defeat, you take a selfie with them. It wouldn't really be a challenge, but I can imagine someone doing a video on that. It's like, can you take a selfie with every single trainer in the game after defeating them? If you forget to do it once, you have to start the game all over again. So it tends to becoming more of a memory challenge. It's like, do you remember to, you know, actually take the selfie right afterwards? If you forget, you gotta do it all over again. It's not really a challenge, really, is it? I mean, if your challenge was to basically defeat every trainer in the game, you could add that on as an extra challenge. Focus, gotta focus on the selfies. I lost at the Alfornada gym, so I'm doing some more training. My feet are covered in all kinds of wounds. I refuse to wear socks off heels. Whoa. Floating. Fighting type, right? You know, it's no surprise you lost at the psychic gym, man. You're using fighting Pokemon. You know, I just circled my mouse on my laptop, and in the corner on my other laptop, I could see movement that looked like I was moving that, but no, it's just me. It's a good cap, got it. Man, there's just so much to choose for you. I wonder why you got your ass kicked. I imagine this gym leader probably has an S-Bar. If they don't have an S-Bar, I'd be surprised. Yet another defeat. Tulip the Alfornada gym leaders is a skilled trainer of psychic type Pokemon. My fighting type Pokemon didn't stand a chance. But you know, I'm a black belt, you know. It's all about, you know, fighting and all that. So we gotta have fighting type Pokemon. We're not allowed to, you know, branch out with anything else. Where are we going anyway? We're heading back where we came from. God damn it, press the wrong thing. I see something down there though, so I've got to check. Oh yeah, we have it. I got my sense of direction all mixed up after that battle. Eventually we will get to the city and then take forever looking through the city before we get to the gym. That's how it is, we're tourists really. Is that why we have a Tauros? Because, you know, Tauros the tourist? We said that, it's like, wait, there's a tourist the tourist? It's like, no, it's a play on words, it's not actually a thing. It's like, yes, there is a character in Pokemon. There's a Tauros called Tauros. Oh no, the Tauros. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about anymore. Hey, you! What's up? Yeah, it's a bit too close, isn't it? Yeah, still a bit too close, isn't it? Shame this isn't like, you know, Prodigy or Fail Frame where I can, you know, move around with the camera. You see this? I'm like a Tatlosion. It's like an electro type. Maybe poison too. Well, I would try to catch you, but you don't mind your own business. I'll let you. Seriously, it's insane how long this Let's Play has gone on for already. Considering I see, like, you know, people play these games and just have like maybe 10, 20 videos, and I would even cover DLC. I don't know how to do it. How come that one's got a gold bit? Is there like different sets? Or what? We have a what's it called? Shell gun? Is that what you're called? Are you aggressive? Well, Sableye is. But I think we already caught a Sableye anyway. But if you insist, I shall demonstrate that fairy type is apparently your only weakness. You had no weakness up until they introduced that type. Because, you know, I never really thought about that. Because, you know, Sableye has always been that one Pokemon that has no weakness. And I guess Spiritomb also shares that same thing. But, you know, once they introduced the fairy type, that weakness went right out the window. Lack of weakness, I should say. Excuse me. Why you be so kind as to battle me? It's like celebration for reaching Alfornada. You haven't reached the place yet. It's still a distance away. What the hell? What is this angle? Rabscar? What the hell's a Rabscar? Where even at? Oh, not here. Oh, you got a psychic Pokemon, is it? It's wild, and that's what I like about this, you know, being blind, is I've never seen some of these Pokemon before. And they could even be Pokemon from, you know, Gen 5, or 6, or 8, or, you know, Gen 9 here. And granted, by this point, I've probably seen a decent amount of Gen 5 and 6 from, you know, playing Gen 7, because they did have some Pokemon from that gen. But, yeah. Wait, this isn't Alfornada? I know, it's like I played most of the Mystery Dungeon games as well, but they mostly kind of focus on the first 3 and I guess 4 gens. I think one of the Mystery Dungeons had Gen 5. What was that one where you have a weird school? I think that was the one where like you join a mystery team or something like that. I think that one had Pokemon from Gen 5. I'm not sure if it was pre-Gen 6 though, but I have played that Mystery Dungeon. I played all of them actually, except for the ones that weren't released out in Japan. I'm pretty sure I played them all at this point. You're saying Alfornada is beyond Alfornada, Kevin? I need to climb even more! It's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure there's probably an easier way to get to the city, but we clearly did not go that route. Also, I saw a Dugtrio. Have we caught a Dugtrio? Hey, dog. Ah, we thought we dug away from this. No, I haven't. Fascinating. It's like I caught 2 Diglets, but 2 Diglets doesn't make a Dugtrio. It takes 3 Diglets. Gotta make a U-turn on this. Oof. And no, that's Bafra. Gonna slash you guys, cutting on a hole in your ass. Final ball. An hour 8 minutes into this recording, we're still not at the city. Constantly taking detours. Like I said, people get for these games in like 10, 20 videos, including DLC. Meanwhile, there's me. God knows how many parts in this, and we're not anywhere near talking to the games. I take my time with these games, especially if it's, you know, first time I've ever played a game. I don't want to just rush through the damn thing. Sure, that's probably another reason why I'm not really going to views other videos with me. It's just the way I do things, you know. If you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, well, then I have to watch it, you know. You know, I'm just now picturing this, like, you know, you get bots and stuff like that on YouTube and all that, you know, you get some YouTubers and all that sort of have like bots instead to make their channel bigger and stuff like that. But imagine if it turned out to be a YouTuber that went the insane degree where, you know, they straight up abduct people and it's like, watch my videos all the time, every day, get those views up. It's like, well, that escalated. The tree instead has been added to the Pokedex, Mole Pokemon. In battle, it digs through the ground and strikes the unsuspecting foe from an unexpected direction. Height 2.4, weighs 73.4 pounds. And one thing I don't get is YouTubers, you know, the influencer type of YouTubers. Especially the ones that, you know, are all just basically, let's do loads of money related things. Let's spend a lot of money, let's destroy something, let's make a challenge and all that. I can see how it would appeal, but it's just like, how the hell did they even get this money to begin with? It's like, are their family rich or something or what? It's just weird. What are you? What the hell even is that thing? Does he... What are you? Very unusual. Imagine if it turned out it wasn't even a Pokemon. Limit. I don't know what type you are. And I don't want to risk knocking you out. Power Gem is... Oh my god! I think that's Psychic Attack, right? Oof. Wait a minute, that would mean I'd be super effective. But it's done it. Well, that's us fucked. This may be a death sentence to you potentially, but you know, we need the life. Okay, you're not a psychic type, or at the very least, if you are, you have a dual type. Okay, I'm sensing poison elements. That's probably what is causing your resistance. Maybe a poison psychic type or psychic poison. Oh god, no! I didn't realize you were an Electrode in disguise. Ow! Well, at least we lived. Oh, I hate Pokemon that do that. It's so annoying. What's that? What's this you? Whoa, 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 easy there. Yeah, screw it, I'm going for it. No! Whoops, didn't see you there. I cannot be bold to raise a Bagon to get Salamence whenever I actually bold to actually do that. What should we use? How about you, Dreadnought? Hopefully you don't knock it out. You knocked it out. Oh, I should have gone with Water Gun. Should have trusted my instincts there. I was like, you know, Water Gun wouldn't do much. But I'm gonna take my chance on an attack that, you know, isn't its weakness or anything like that, but it does, you know, have physical attack to it, so you know, that's its main stat, so it's gonna do a lot of damage, and it deals. Is that trainer over there that we haven't battled? The shiny Pokeball says so. Gotta remember Pokemon types. Pokemon type is so complicated, don't you think? I mean, they can get complicated. It's like, you know, because I grew up with Pokemon to an extent. That must be the evolved form of that hatred thing in my ball. Yeah. It's having a hate drum. What was its weakness? What type was it? I can't remember. I think it was psychic maybe, so yes. Yeah. You know, I wasn't there when the fairy type came into play. I wasn't playing the games at the time. So, you know, I wasn't quite aware of this. I can't remember when was the first time I had encountered the fairy type. Like, I remember when I got Sylveon the first time. I can't remember what I was going for. I was just like raising an Eevee. And it just happened to have a fairy type move, which is the thing that requires to evolve. And it leveled up at some point and evolved into that after, I guess, it reached the requirement, which is have a fairy type move and for the bomb to reach its maximum point, something like that. And finally, Dreadnought has finally learned a water attack that's actually worth something. Liquidation of the enemy's assets. This does, however, mean I can't just use Water Gun as a weak attack to, you know, knock a Pokemon's health down very slowly now, because now it's going to be a one-shot. It's taken us all this time, but we finally now have a water-type move that's actually effective. Not complicated for you, huh? I mean, you could have probably taught it a strong water-type attack that, you know, is physical, but, you know, that would require experimenting with TMs, and I can't be bothered. Okay, so I get why water is strong against fire. Why is dark strong against psychic? And in Gen 2, like, we got the dark type. What will it be weak to? Well, and strong to. Strong against psychic type, and immune to psychic type as well, and it's weak to fighting type. Why is dark weak to fighting type? I don't know. You know, we could have had like a light type, you know, as well as a dark type, and have it so that they, you know, I don't know. We just kind of, you know, we went when we went. Okay, whatever. Shut up. Did I catch that one? Oh god damn it! Stabilize, like, no, get out of here. We can already rough it up so many times. Stabilize. This cave system is a lot more expensive than I thought it was. We are literally under the city. Which now begs the question, whose bright idea was it to frickin' make a city on top of a frickin' expensive cave system? Madman's, or women's, blah blah. Whoever founded this city is a complete lunatic. If they happen to have a cemetery here, that's gonna be problematic. Digging a hole to, you know, bury the body and they fall through and die. I'm gonna make a U-turn now. Oh wait, it's immune. Oh, never mind. The delay on the animation made me think that maybe it was immune. Well, Tauros. Why not? He's got the swagger! He's Mick Jagger! Maybe that's why I'll name you. Bit risky. Ow. You cannot swagger the swag. What was the way I said that? It's like swag now. Well, that didn't take long to snap out of that. Oh god. Oof. I was probably right to use that instead of the Raging Bull. I imagine Raging Bull would have one shots. How dare you! Yay! Poison Fang. It's stronger than that, but only by 10 points. And this one, you know, heals as well, so... Bug Buzz it is. Toxtricity started has been as the Pokedex Punk Pokemon. Electric Poison, Amped Form. Oh, so... you know, that's its amp. Its amp has been turned on, hence why it's yellow. When it's turned off, it's blue. The jolts of electricity it launches by violently strumming the protrusions on its chest easily exceed 15,000 volts. Height 5.3, weighs 88.2 pounds. You are Jagger. I just Googling Mick Jagger just to make sure that I got the last name spelling right. I was like, the guy's freaking 82 years old! It's like, holy shit, man. It's like one of the results I got is, what is Mick Jagger's health condition? Of course, you know, nowadays AI is taking over everything, so it's like AI overview, something heretic stenosis or something like that. But that was all the way back in 2019. And you know one thing that's bugged me about AI? It's not just, well, yeah, it is the fact that they're basically just forcing it on everything. It's like AI is the future, AI this and that and that. One ad I've been getting a few times is like, you know, we have this app now where you just type a few words in and this AI thing will make a song for you. Fuck off of that shit. It's replacing everything, man. So much work. That's what they think is like, there's so much work writing a song. I mean, it is. At least when it comes to, like, you know, putting a song together, it's like so many of my songs I've wrote over the years are basically just lyrics and a chord progression and maybe a guitar solo. It's like, it's hard to, you know, put a song together because, you know, I play guitar and I also play keyboard to an extent, but putting it all together is a bitch because I don't know how to really handle drums. It's like, I'm more of an improviser, you see, that's the other issue. It's like, you know, gotta create something that I can, you know, play again. And chords are my go-to thing. I can, you know, play riffs or guitar solo and stuff like that. When it comes to drums, I don't know how I'd go about that. Even with the bass, you know? Because while I play guitar, bass is, you know, kind of a different thing. Same kind of instrument, but, you know, it's got a different orientation to it, you know, it's playing the bass. And I've always like be like, I gotta play lead, I gotta kinda do a bit of noodling, like no, you gotta focus, man, it's gotta play around the chords, it's got to, you know, have structure to it. You can't just be improvising. It's so much hard work to get the tone here. Yeah, you tell me, man. This cave system's a lot more than I expected. Mudsdale. Sounds like it could be like a town or a village name. Like we call it Mudsdale because, you know, gets awfully muddy during the rainy season, which just so happens to be all the time. So, you know, obviously there'll be a place in the UK. There's me joking about it, but you never know, maybe there's a place with a name like that. I bet I'd have one if I wasn't so tired. I mean, would you? It's your Pokemon that's, you know, I mean, you'd be carrying around a Pokeball. How is that coming to play? Just passing through, I don't know where the exit is. I'm also starting to wonder if maybe this is the only way around here anyway. I was down there, right? Place is really confusing layout. I would catch you, but you know, we're really running low on moves here, you know, so let's get a move on. I mean, really, the city is probably going to be smaller than this cave system. How does today's well look? I don't know, I've been stuck in a cave. I'll tell you why I'm so worried about the weather. Right after this message, there's a battle. That Pokemon right there was, you know... you know, in Pokemon Legends Arceus, there's like one area that's similar to this, you know, before we entered the cave system, you know, the outside of it with the cliffs and all that. Kind of remind me of that area, and there's like a few of these guys. I mean, they would ride on and they evolved on the ride on. You know, a bit further around, you see these guys, and they'll just kick your ass on sight. They were really aggressive. Then, of course, you also had them in the swamp area as well, which makes sense. And of course, you mostly saw their pre-evolved form, and they were very protective of their offspring. Their presumed offspring. I can roar. Flower tree. Oh god, you got the attack first. I guess you must get like a boost in a sandstorm maybe, or maybe you're just faster in general. Yay. Don't get buffeted by the sandstorm because we just won. How do you get a sandstorm inside a cave? Tauros wants to actually learn swagger. Jagger taught him the swagger, but no. He's like, I just want to return the favor by, you know, giving the swagger to others. Sandstorms are well too, you know, I swear they are. Never been in a sandstorm, and I prefer to keep that. That doesn't sound pleasant. Hey, look at this place, man. I feel like I'm in Zelda all of a sudden with that freaking light over there. The truly frightening thing about a sandstorm is not damage it deals. It's the fact that rock-type Pokemon get a special defense boost to become even hardier. How is that terrifying? You clearly specialize in those Pokemon. It's not a good thing for you. If you know, it's give me Forbidden Fortress vibes with this over here. You know, and actually, okay. So I'm gonna walk up to there from down here, and once I say I will, you know, change the audio. Well, how would I go about doing this? Well, I'll try to figure it out. Like, I will mute the audio from the game when I say, and replace it with Forbidden Fortress music, and see how the vibes feel. So 3, 2, 1, 0, go. I'm Link! Ah, blinded by the sun. And we're back out. What is that? What's that? It's a teacup. I think I've caught... Wait, no. Have I caught the teacup? I've caught its evolve. Sylveon! Well, ow. How you doing, Sylveon? I will use the last of my fairy type moves on the fairy type. Misty terrain. We gotta go with the heal bell, it's pink. Ah. I've only got a few of these, you know. Oh god. Oh, that's gonna be a problem. Do that one more time, I'm gonna have to hit you with, what was the move called again? I'm gonna have to hit it with that move, aren't I? I don't want to, though, it might one-shot. I don't know my own strength. Okay, now I do. My strength isn't all that great. Look how pink it is. Trouble is, now Dreadnought's, you know, a lot stronger now that it's got an attack that actually would be a lot more effective, so I don't know its own strength too at this point. It no longer has an attack that can just, you know, do normal damage. I mean, it's part rock type, so that's all it is. It adds to the damage. So I'm gonna have to wait until it heals up and then hit it with a jaw lock. Because I ain't chancing it that, you know, just a few bit of damage. Okay, whatever. Because I have a feeling if I'd hit it with any of those attacks, it would one-shot. Sylveon's dad has been added to Pokédex. Enter the whining Pokemon fairy type. Sylveon cuts an elegant figure as it dances lightly around, feelers fluttering, but its piercing moves aim straight for its opponent's weak spots. Goes right for the throat! Height 3.3, weighs 51.8 pounds. That's 2 evolutions. Oh god! Just having a look around. Hey, wait, it's the keys! It's the golf thing over there. Okay, Mr. Key... well, Mrs. Keys. How did you get that name? You're part steel type, aren't you? Oh, Jesus Christ! Okay. That wasn't great. Like we've been out here forever, man. It's now 35 minutes in recording. We're only just barely on the outskirts of the city. I'm gonna have to do a double kick. Darkness, well, you will be imprisoned too. In the form of an Ultra Ball. Yay. Knock off. Now. Klefki's dad has been out of the Pokedex. Keyring Pokemon. Oh, it's Steel Fairy type. Yeah, in the past, noble families entrusted their vault keys to Klefki. They passed the Klefki down through the generations, taking good care of it. Height 8, weighs 6.6 pounds. They even have a Lycan Rock over here. What is it called, Lycan Rock? I'm not sure if I've caught that one, but really we need healing, so we need to get to that Pokemon Center pronto. We need to get to the town pronto, man, you know. There's not a town called Pronto, but this asshole. I will take care of you once we're done at the Pokemon Center. Actually, no, I'm just gonna go straight into the city. Screw that guy. Having some nice battles. Hello there, I'm Pokemon Leader App. I've been having some nice battles about you being 7 in this event ever since the last problems. On behalf of the Pokemon League, here's your lovely prize. You don't have to deal with that peasant out there. You have to fled blitz. Oh, this challenge for others areas around Please stop by and try that. They're always facing the opposite direction of where you arrive in, every time consistently. By the way, nurse. Well, they're not all named Nurse Joy. That's more of an anime thing. But could you point me in the direction? I'd say, how about the Alfornada team? Have you considered taking on Jiggly or Tulip in Scorching Alfornada, where we are right now? For once, you finally point me in the direction of something reasonable, even though we're already there. You've got destinations in your map. Yes, changes. There we go. Finally, they don't want me dead. How many Pokeballs have I got currently? Still got a decent amounts. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Three more than why not? Anything else? I mean, the thing is, with all these items, I don't really use them for the most part. It's mostly just the Pokeballs. Well, really, only the Pokeballs. I rarely even use the potions.